I think we're good. Sorry. Yes, Jill, I think you sound great. Everyone sounds great.
Now I can hear through my headphones. So we are winning it live.
This is just edited like extra added fun live times that we can get out of the podcast and we can start it properly when we all get together. But no, hi, how is everyone? Yeah, welcome to like there's no intro, there's nothing else, just live. We have no trailers we're gonna add. We have nothing else that's happening.
Are we live?
Yeah,
we're live.
400%
because there is no other way to do this.
No.
To the periodic table of
Yeah.
Peter, we're sorry.
You're looking very polished. I think your Zoom filter is a bit strong.
Peter, we can't hear you. Oh, there we go.
I didn't know that we were live when I logged on, and I do think that last time I was in a Zoom meeting, I was explaining the filter to people, and may have cranked it to be like, see, this is what it does.
Well, currently my Zoom filter, I look like a very, very pretty smooth skinned.
Oh my god. Quinny just came from the Sephora counter. He got done up.
You look dewy, Quinny. You look like what's the baby hippo's name?
Mudang!
Oh wow. I look like Rudang. Thank you.
I meant
fucking cute.
I meant dewy and youthful.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, it's dewy and youthful.
With her little rosy cheeks.
Oh, yeah. So cute. So cute.
Biting people.
On the leg or on the wherever. Hi, how are we all doing? Welcome to an unexpected, totally live, very unprepared, no way of sharing video clips, anything will go kind of show.
Yeah. It's okay. We're all doing that. Actually, do you want to count in for the podcast? How about I do that? I'll give you a 5 counting, Quinny, and you can start off just for the audio one. So this
shit.
Yeah, that's fine. And we're just going to go from that. And we're going to have to act out our own clips because we haven't got a particular thing. So that's going to be fun and great. Or we're just going to, the magic of things, which is going to be like, oh, yeah. And we're going to go to a clip and then explain that clip in the live stream and cut it in the podcast.
Like, guys, open another tab and go to YouTube and type in.
I want to see, because I've got a whole bunch of videos here. Let's see if I can actually open them and share them. This is a
share screen.
I know,
that's a thing in Zoom.
Yeah, hang on. Let me just see if this is the thing that can actually be done, or whether this is a terrible idea and it's just going to get so many fucking DCMAs that we are never going to be seen ever again. Okay, so let's just try this. And now if I go like that,
I've given you everything.
Can you hear it?
Say you do it.
Really loud.
You mean it.
Oh, okay.
Because you love me. Say it.
Well, there you go. Okay, we can if we need to. Sorry.
Just testing.
Sorry. Yeah, I was literally just testing. I needed to know whether it worked. Sorry. To everybody who's watching, this is just...
No, it's fine. Are you ready to go, Quinny? I can count you in. All right, you're going to start the podcast off in 5, 4.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the periodic table of awesome. We are here in your ears and sometimes even on your screens. And what we are talking about this week is a whole bunch of stuff that has been on our screens because it's the end of the month and there's been so much shit going on and we haven't watched Beetlejuice and we haven't done a whole bunch of stuff. So, you know what? We're going to talk about the TV that we've got in front of us. Tonight we have, and I'm very excited to say this, a full complement of the sexiest and best peoples that have ever graced the screen or your ears in a podcast. We have the beautiful Peter. Hi.
She's back.
She's back.
She's not actually done any of the homework at all, so is just here to be silent and look pretty, but turned up points.
That's what women are good for, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh wow.
Turning up.
Being silent and pretty.
Oh.
Just demure, mindful, cutesy, in our place.
Oh God!
I didn't know that was what Agatha All Along was about.
Absolutely, it's all about people keeping quiet and doing only what they're told.
Okay, this is going down a dark path I don't want to go down because that's
No.
what we're talking about, and that's not good. Welcome back, Peter. It's really lovely to see you, and I hope your jet lag is not fucking you too hard.
It's not jet lag. It's other
Right.
things.
Just life.
In a good way.
Cool. And hello, Jill. It's lovely to see you again.
Hi.
Great. You've had a fun time in the last couple of weeks, haven't you?
I had a busy weekend at Oz Comic Con.
Yeah.
I was at Oz Comic Con too, and I didn't see you at
I
all.
didn't see you.
I know. I
dare
was
you,
like,
Peter.
I'm a terrible friend.
Apparently
I
you
went
See
looking.
the little Transformers though?
The
Little
what?
Robot Transformers?
What? No,
You didn't. Okay.
no. What transforms? Where? How? Please
I don't know.
explain.
There were some little robots. I didn't look too hard.
Fair enough. I don't blame you in the slightest. I had a lovely time and talked to a bunch of friends, and that was what I did.
Good.
Dion, you were also back from
Yeah,
outer space.
welcome
You just walked
back.
in to see you here with that stupid look upon your face.
don't know what you're talking about. I've been here the whole time. I've just been waiting for this podcast for the whole time.
That is 100% not true. But
a fleeting sojourn overseas very quickly, and I'm back. Yay!
so I just want to do a quick comparison. Out of you and Peter, who currently has the highest number of frequent flyer miles?
Oh, Peter, absolutely, 300%. I burned all of mine to go overseas earlier this year. And I'm talking, there's nothing quite like pressing go on the 400,000 frequent flyer points needed to do that.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
yeah. We don't talk about that anymore. So yeah, no, Pete's got to have way more. Isn't that right, Pete?
I don't know how many points I have. I do know that I have lounge access, and I'm at that weird point in privilege where I've had lounge access for long enough that it's kind of a bit pedestrian now, and it's just a low tier lounge. So it just kind of feels like I'm with the riffraff in the poor people lounge, and what I really want to do is be in the really good lounge with the business class people. So I don't know if there's a really detailed German word for that nonsense.
Yeah, I didn't realize that there were tiers of lounges.
Oh, yeah, there are tiers of lounges.
Jesus.
I can get into the Povo lounge, but not a really good lounge.
Wow.
Right. Well,
So
and here's Povo old me not able to get into any fucking lounges.
The thoughts that one has when one has not slept in 2 days is
Well, so in all of your lounge access, did any of them have Disney Plus, HBO, or Amazon Prime?
No. I wasn't provided with any shows, and even if I was pretty much just a zombie eating free buffet food.
You're buffets.
Bucks Fizz cheese plate.
Sorry,
yes.
Did you just say Bucks Fizz?
Yes, Bucks Fizz.
Jesus Christ, what is this, the 70s?
Yeah. Okay then.
Right, so we've got 3 TV shows that we're going to be talking about throughout the course of the evening. So, Peter, you are currently a nil for nil on any of them. Is that right?
Nil for nil. Yep, nil. Very much nil for nil, and not because I have no interest, but because life, man. She's taking a beating over here. When I stop watching television, that's a problem. That's telling.
That's when we know that the thing is that when the smile is plastered on and there is no TV being watched, that's when Peter is in danger. Jill, where are you at with our homework?
I'm not F for M, but I'm F for F, and I've watched all 3.
Yay! Well done. Excellent. And Dion, where are you at?
Oh, 100% up.
Well done. Excellent.
I'm across that. I was able to watch stuff on planes and other things. I did more than the homework. I did other stuff, other TV too.
Shit.
I know.
I will say I've been a very good boy because not only have I done all the homework, but I've also now watched all of everything but the last season of Only Murders in the Building. So I hope you're happy.
And
Yes,
how's that Parks and Rec going?
I'm sorry, the internet's breaking up again. All I can hear is "fuck you."
I mean, the hilarious thing about that is that you would love it, and you're just being so stubborn, and you're only hurting yourself.
That's all I had to say. I stuck with Schitt's Creek because of your steadfast determination, Quinny, on saying that it was a good show. So the least you could do is just try and watch just one of the things that we keep telling you to watch. That'd be great.
I'll do that, but that's none of my business. Okay. Let's get stuck into this. I figure let's start with the one that I think dropped. No, it didn't drop first. I was going to say we'll start with Agatha All Along because fuck it.
Did not come out first.
No, it didn't come out first, so that's fuck that theory entirely.
Thank you, Jill. I wasn't gonna call him out on it. But
no, go for it. I think we've earned it. Okay, I'm going to try and play a trailer. Let's see how that goes. It's going to be really exciting. Here we go. And there we go.
Agatha.
Who's been messing up everything?
The covenless witch.
It's been Agatha all along.
No. What really happened to you?
See? She took every little bit of power I had. I was assembling a coven. We gotta get back on top. I'm gonna walk the road. Join me.
Darkest hour, wake thy power, earthly and divine.
The witch's road will give you the thing you want most. If you make it to the end. The road is a death wish.
Heard you guys were having a party.
So, hey.
Shall we?
It will test us and our knowledge of the craft.
We don't even know what we're up against.
Our worst nightmares.
How do we pass this trial without any power?
We survived, like witches have been doing for centuries. What happens next? I just need these witches to get me to the end.
The bodies are really piling up.
Why do you let them believe those things about you?
Because the truth is too awful.
I want my prize!
Time to finish the road. Last one there is a nice person.
Follow me, my friend, to glory at the end.
And there you go.
that worked.
Yes, it did work. God only knows how it's going to sound in the mix, but who cares? We gave it a go. So, Pete, what do you think of the trailer?
It looks really exciting. I'm actually excited to watch this. I just, haven't.
It's only 2 episodes. It's fine.
Yeah, so far, so good. What are we thinking? What are we thinking, people who have seen it?
Interesting. They really rushed through to get to the main plot point. I kind of felt like the side quest thing was over in half an episode. So
hey, we need to find some people. Okay, we found them.
They're making it snappy.
Yeah.
It kind of led me to believe it might have only been a 6-episode series, but it is in fact an 8 and finishes on Halloween, which is fitting, I thought.
I didn't
Yeah, they
realise
timed
that.
the release well. The final episode will come out on Halloween. Yeah. I'm enjoying the characters of who we've seen so far. I mean, icon Patti LuPone can do no wrong. She's fantastic. Catherine Hahn is just like chewing the scenery. She's back in her comfort zone. I thought the first episode was quite interesting, going back to like the TV format again, which kind of like threw me off. I didn't know how this was going to play out. So yeah, it's cool.
I realized when I started watching it how much I really, really fucking enjoyed WandaVision. And so the moment that it kind of went back and I was like, oh yeah, right, there's this whole TV thing. And I enjoyed where that went. But also by the end of episode 2, I was like, okay, we're going into some fairly different directions.
Yeah, I mean, Marvel TV's kind of made me jaded after Loki season 2, and the fare we've had so far has not been great. So I was a bit reluctant to start this. I was very reluctant to start this series. I thought, oh God, here we go, but I'll watch it. And then I was like, oh, okay, you know what? It's not bad. It's entertaining, and I will keep watching the series only because I want to find out who Joe Locke is playing. And I've got my theory, and I'm pretty sure it's probably everyone's theory, but we'll see how that plays.
Is it the theory that the internet is once again returning to comfortably like a beautifully worn in shirt? The Mephisto theory?
Oh no, not at all.
Oh come on! As soon as he tried to speak and the thing went across his mouth and people went, it's an M.
Yeah. You know what else M stands for? Maximoff.
Oh.
Does it?
Oh.
See, unless it's Sacha Baron Cohen coming out. Being Mephisto. I don't want Mephisto.
You don't want Mephisto? Not even if it's the rabbit? The rabbit turns into Mephisto?
No. Look, we've had a Mephisto fun. We need to
No Mephistos innuendos.
No Mephistos. I have to admit, like the first episode, I was a bit like I understood what they were doing, and I was like, "Oh, that's very nice," and off you go. And I'm glad they stopped that. Like after the, after the first episode, it's like, okay, we've done this whole "what am I in" kind of thing with WandaVision, and I feel like it was done better in that. In this one, it felt kind of like a bit of a parody of itself. But now that they're on the like the main thing, like now that they're just doing Dark Wizard of Oz, follow the road until the end, and then that's fine, and you can see stuff come and go. Like that's great. You've got a great cast of characters. The dialogue is actually quite snappy. Catherine Hahn is a gem. Everyone else is a gem, really.
Great, but
let's just do other stuff.
Yeah. One thing I will say, I did. Sorry.
Throw in a cameo of Daredevil or something.
Yeah, just so to keep everybody happy. No, the thing I did like, I enjoyed the fact that they, they're obviously referencing the WandaVision thing, but also pulling a whole bunch of cast members from it to go, okay, she's still in the same town. Like this is a place that has continued to exist. And then I got thrown completely when they went to the Westview Mall, and I went, Westview has a mall? Okay, fine. But yes, I'm enjoying it. I'm hoping, that we get some good action. The thing I like about the trailer is how heavily horror inflected it is. I'm kind of really hoping that they lean in on the scares and the horror aspect of it.
Well, I sent you a clippy thing of that from earlier when we had other stuff that was lined up, which was actually kind of, they did a spoof of a horror movie trailer, which you can go out and find. I will put it in the show notes.
Yes, we will, because if it's going to be a lot of fart-assing around for me to play it.
Yeah. It's fine. Don't fart your ass.
It's spooky season, so we need some scary stuff.
Technically though, well, being a pedant, sorry, Jill, it's not spooky season just yet. Not till October. Yeah, they deserve that.
Yeah.
If you can have Christmas decorations in the shops in September, I can fucking have Halloween in September.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited for
no Christmas in December.
I'm excited for Halloween. I get to pull out our plastic skeleton from Kmart, whose name is
Yay.
Skeleton.
Nice.
He's French.
Does he ride a Peloton?
Yeah.
Wait, is it
Skeleton on a
skeleton?
Peloton?
Is it skeleton with an M or skeleton?
No, he's just skeleton with a French accent. He just sits around occasionally smoking.
Is he 12 foot tall?
No, they didn't come that big from Kmart.
Fucking Kmart.
Fucking Kmart.
Gotta get on that Costco life, Quinny.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've let the team down. I feel very bad.
Also, where would you put a 12-foot skeleton in your place?
There's a lovely balcony there.
Oh no, I feel if you could suspend it above the stairs that go up to your kitchen lane,
yeah.
just hover over people.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
That'd be real normal for the rest of the time.
I would do like Alice in Wonderland style, have the legs come out the bottom windows and then the arms come out at the top windows.
Oh, yeah. Just have a little bottle dangling from its wrist saying, "Drink me."
Except it was poison.
Yeah. Oh, very nice.
That's why it's a skeleton.
A little bit of formaldehyde.
Fish poison, poisson. Okay, what's our next TV show that we want to talk about? Which way do you want to go? Let me know, and I will find a video that covers what we need to talk about.
Oh, the next one, technically in your self-assigned order of release, is Rings of Power season 2, obviously.
Okay, cool.
That came out after Agatha.
The one that did come out first. No.
I just work here now. So the question is, do you want the cool clip of the fighting, or do you want the trailer?
Anything with Elf Daddy in it, please.
Which one?
Okay, I think we're going for the trailer because that just seems like the most appropriate thing. I'm very interested to hear what people in the chat think of this, because I know that there was some mixed opinions on season 1. So let's see what we think.
War has come to Middle-earth.
This is the work of Sauron.
Our armies cannot defeat him. Once the deceiver obtains a being's trust, he gains the ability to sculpt their very thoughts.
You are wise to fear these rings. In Sauron's hands, they could work an evil beyond reckoning.
Region must not fall. It would be a mortal blow for all Middle-earth.
Sooner or later, Sauron's eye bores a hole. The rest of him slithers in.
You sought peace. I gave it to you. This is hardly a gift. What have you done to me?
What have you done to me?
Who are you? Truly, I am the one keeping the storm at bay.
Sauron is my enemy as much as yours. I can help you destroy him.
I will not stop until this is put right.
Every soul in the seen or unseen world will know that it was you who was the architect of their demise. At this moment, the great tale of our age is being written.
You think it was only you who put yourself in my power? Galadriel.
Ooh.
The most underwhelming answer to that was ooh.
Ooh. I'm sorry. I don't know. It was all very, very dark and ooey. So, where are we at with it?
I double screened the first 2 episodes and lost interest immediately.
Oh no.
Whose fault is that? Mine or the TV shows? Who knows? But I did watch season 1 and I thought it was okay. And you guys know I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan at all. So the show was kind of easy for me to digest, other than the movies. The movies I find very heavy. But yeah, season 2, I was just like, oh yeah, I'll put it on. I'm like, oh, you know what? I actually don't care.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna keep
And
going.
Pete, do you find
I got other
yourself
stuff to
excited by the trailer?
I don't. I mean, I watched season 1 and I thought I got more engaged than I thought I would in season 1. And I'm thinking, I'll watch season 2, and I just kind of went, maybe I'll watch season 2.
I'm getting
to watch it.
I'm getting a fair amount of
Probably mean based on just watching the trailer.
Just from your
in
reaction.
case we've forgotten, I actually have not watched any episodes, so is not my actual review.
Right. Okay. That's good because I don't know how to put that into the sliders. That's not a thing I know where it fits. There's no numerical value there.
Criminal not to have Matt Berry as Tom Bombadil.
Oh God.
But also, it feels like they're shoehorning a lot of stuff in at the moment. And I think they had a bit of a realization that the first season may have been a bit kind of slow in a certain way. So I feel like they're trying to ramp up a bit of the action, trying to get all of the bits to have a bit of action. And that seems weird because it kind of established in the first season different stories that went through that worked at different paces. And in this one, it's kind of like, no, every single story that we've been following has action in it now. And you're like, does it need it?
Oh, I don't know. I think I can't believe it's not Gandalf. His story is definitely not exactly, dripping with action beat.
You mean apart from the whole whirlwind thing that threw people away and the fact that he's learning how to control magic and, has to fight a dark wizard, like.
Yeah, but also there's an awful lot of sitting around in Tom Bombadil's house and drinking tea.
Yeah, but the whole first season, it was just like, oh, he fell from the stars. And then he can't speak. And then he's walking around. And then right at the end, it's like, maybe he's magic.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna say I'm actually enjoying it more than season 1.
Okay.
Yeah, like.
So what's the deal? Does Sauron change his face?
Yes.
Because it's not the same actor. And then the first episode, he was a guy, and then like he got murdered by his orc army, and then turned into the guy from season 1.
Yeah, I think he's the same guy from season 1.
And now he's
they've given
face dude.
I think they've given him elf makeup.
But he has long blonde hair now.
Yes, because all elves have long blonde hair, don't you know?
Don't forget though, Sauron is the deceiver.
Yeah, I don't think it's the same actor.
Just have a quick read.
Like,
just have a quick read through the Silmarillion, and then all of those questions
Harry
will be answered.
it is the same actor. They just gave him a wig now.
Yeah. So
he was very rugged in the first one. He had like the brown hair with the beard and stuff, and now he's like full. He's giving like Matt, what's his face in the Dragon show?
Oh, Matt Smith.
Yes, he looks like he's from House of Dragon now.
Well, yeah, and I mean Charlie Vickers is the guy. He's an Australian actor.
Promo posters. When I see promo posters, I'm like, oh yeah, it's House of Dragon, and then it's like Rings of Power. I'm like, oh.
It's funny considering like the big problem that this show and House of the Dragon ran into last time is that they were airing at the same time, and everybody's like, okay, well, there's two high fantasy shows running at the same time. One has dragons, one has an old guy walking a lot. I think we're more invested in the dragon ones. But yeah, no, same actor, and the whole point of it is that he's the same dude, and by the time you get to episode 3 or 4 or whatever, he's managed to worm his way into the whole ring making scene, and this is how he's doing the whole sneaky, I'm going to control everybody by presenting a beautiful face, but also keeping everybody away from himself.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, he's still the goopy guy that we saw in the first episode.
Yes.
But
also, the first episode had a bit of a weird thing where it did a flashback, like it sort of flashbacked to when he was a while before. Then somebody killed him. Then he turns into goop, and then he comes through and meets up with Galadriel and everything. So yeah, there was a lot of shit going on in there. What I'm excited for is some of the shit that we've seen in that trailer that's coming up. Like, there is some crazy ass battle stuff coming that I think looks pretty fucking cool.
We hope, but you know what they always kind of, you can't really, you need stakes in order for it to go through. And at the moment, I don't feel too many stakes. I feel like there's too many threads to follow. And also Numenor seems to be being left behind. And yeah, it just seems a lack of focus.
Okay, from your perspective of somebody who is a massive nerd and who has read the Silmarillion or whatever.
Well, bold of you to assume I can read.
Are you finding it is, on par with or is it following the story you expect it to follow?
Yeah, as if someone had listened to someone explain what the book was about and is then pitching it to a room full of executives. 100%. Someone has talked to some nerds and gone, cool, and then gone into a boardroom and explained that to executives who have hired a bunch of writers and regurgitated that, and then gone, and then this happens, and then this happens. It's suffering from, and then this happens, and then this happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's not following the because, and then it's like, it's a lot of like, and he makes these rings, and then he makes these rings, and then the elves do this, and then do the dwarves do this. It's like,
yeah, I mean, that is certainly a take on it. I actually find that there's a lot more stuff in there that I'm enjoying this time around. Because I'm more familiar with the characters, and I'm not having moments where I'm going, that dude is definitely not Hugo Weaving. I've accepted that they are not Hugo Weaving and not Cate Blanchett. So I'm moving on from that.
Do they look like they've got thick elf ears this time around? Do they look too thick? I look at all the elf ears and I'm like, they just look like cauliflower ears. They don't look like ethereal. Yeah.
In Lothlorien, thrown hand.
Yeah.
Up against the Mike Tyson elf who is occasionally biting the ear. Actually, there is an elf in there. There's one character like who we're trying to follow so many stories.
Look, if Evander Holyfield is not an elf name, I don't know what is.
It's true. It's true, Jill.
Well done. Well done. There is a glut of storylines to follow, and there are a few that I feel that have been touched on briefly and then promptly forgotten about. For example, there's a bit where somebody meets an ant. That was 4 episodes ago. Nobody's touched on that since. There's a bit where one of the characters, is saved by his horse. We've forgotten him now. That cool elf that does all the cool flips and stuff and has the short hair and everything. We've seen him twice. I don't know where he's now.
Yeah, he had a whole story about that. Anyway, can I say one thing about that really shat me? And this is a direct follow on season 1. So season 1, the Harfoots, I'm guessing the proto-hobbits, as we call them. There was a very definitive thing there where Nori, who was the one that we're supposed to follow, went off with not Gandalf, and left her friend, which I can't remember the name. Poppy, that's right. Wasn't Poppy in charge of the map? Didn't she basically become in charge of that map? and responsible then for the caravan of wandering not hobbits, that were there because like her dad died, and so then she became that. And then in the start of the second season, she just turns up following those two, and I'm like, but what about the rest of them? Are they fending for themselves now and are currently lost mapless, wandering around Middle Earth? Because Poppy's like, oh shit, I should be over there with those two characters that are doing something a little bit more interesting instead of me.
Because I'm a hobbit and I need to be somewhat like Samwise.
Yeah. Yeah, not a hobbit, proto-hobbit.
Sorry, proto-hobbit. Sorry. Yes, you're absolutely right.
And then they've mashed these two things up of the hobbits that walk around and then the hobbits that like holes, and eventually they're going to interbreed, and then they're just going to like holes when they find where they've finished walking. And that's where we get fucking
Neander hobbits and hobbit sapiens.
Neander hobbits. No, they're not Neander hobbits, they're meander hobbits.
Meander hobbits. I like that.
Problem solved. Stab some orcs. And orc baby.
Orc baby, yes.
Orc baby.
Baby orc. Baby orc.
So one thing I did enjoy, I love that the dwarves are dealing with their problems in their usual way, which is hoarding gold. But that we've introduced Dwarven Lider, the singing dwarf ladies who can sing to the mountain and create beautiful maps in their minds of where all of the shit runs through the mountain by essentially,
like sonar.
Yeah, exactly. And then the dwarven king's like, fuck it, I've got radar, don't need your shit. And I'm enjoying the weird tech kind of game between them.
He's got ringdar.
He has got ringdar.
Puts his hand up and the ring goes, yeah, go here.
I do love that they're doing an awful lot of work to build up to bringing a Balrog in. I'm like, shut up, get on with it. Bring the Balrog in. That's all I want.
What do you mean did an awful lot of work? They did that in the first season. It's like, we go down this hole and then a bit of fire. I wonder what that is. It's like, it's a fucking Balrog.
Yeah.
Jesus. We saw it already. No, it's no surprise.
No, but I want it to show up and kill some dwarves.
But not all the dwarves. They've got to get to the height of their power.
Yes. Anyway, I'm enjoying it. I know I'm probably in the minority, but I am actually, I come to each week and I'm like, I'm looking forward to seeing where the fuck this is going. Though
they're making a show for someone.
Yeah, yes, me. And you're right, Dion. Yesterday I did some acting on a thing and I put on elf ears. Turns out, they are very the ones they're wearing are very heavy. I was wearing very light elf ears.
Right.
Very exciting.
How do you know he was an elf?
He looks like one.
Yeah, look, Rings of Power. I'm going to watch the end of the season, sure, because I don't have any high fantasy stuff that I haven't seen yet, and what is going to fill that gap? You know,
I'm wondering whether or not it's like, did you watch the dragons thing? The
what?
House of Dragons?
House of.
Kind of. It was on. Like it's not even a second screener. It's like a third screener. Like I'm on my laptop and my phone, and it's on in the background. And I'm like, oh, something happened. Oh, it's more incest. Oh,
see, my thing with this is this at least feels like it's going to at least kind of give you the big battle at the end, whereas this last season of House of the Dragon literally blue balls real bad. Like they cut off the giant battle in the last episode and only did 7 episodes or whatever it was. It was bizarre.
You can't hurt me. I've gone through Falling Skies.
Will you be watching it, Peter?
The House of the Dragon?
No, the Lord. No, you can watch the House of the Dragon if you want. Whatever.
Very unlikely. I did not watch the previous season, so I don't know why I'd jump into it now. Rings of Power. If I get any space back, I would probably voluntarily watch Rings of Power. Yeah, but probably not till after Agatha. I'm more interested in Agatha.
Will you watch the
so
Lord
I
of
feel
the
like
House
we're doing these
the
reviews in the order that I would have watched them if I had done the homework.
Right.
Sure.
Okay, well then let's move on to. Sorry, I realized I was rushing us on. Is there anything else that we need to say about the Rings of Power?
Yeah, we're all deep stands of what's going on in Numenor, aren't we? Really care about that place, don't we?
Numenor.
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 We're sea people, but also island people, but also we have all this stuff, and we're amazing, and we're great, and we're the race of Numenorians.
Actually, one thing I will say, some of the most obnoxiously hateful characters I've seen written on TV in many years are hanging around in Numenor. There's the little shit-eating guy who's, backing up the dude who is now king, sort of. And the Elendil's daughter, who is also a spectacularly horrible character, and I'm really enjoying how much I hate them. So that's fun. I like a bit of a good hate watch every now and then, but other than that, no, I didn't give a shit about Numenor.
They're supposed to be like, basically like Numenor is supposed to be the absolute epitome of humankind, and then all men in Middle Earth are kind of descended of Numenor, and they never quite got back to that glory. And I look at Numenor and I'm like, what a bunch of dicks. Like, they're just not cool. They should be good at stuff, and they're not. They're just petty and boring.
Sorry that Numenor has let you down so badly.
Hello, Numenor.
God, okay. Moving along.
Oh, Gerondil.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, do you have another trailer, Quiddy?
Yes, we do. Let's
for the first TV show that came out.
Yeah, definitely not the one that came out 3 days ago, or whatever the fuck it was. Quack, quack, quack.
I've given you everything.
Yeah, you have.
Say you'll do it. You mean it. Because you love me. Say it. Say it.
I'll do it. Everything you heard about me is true. I'm just a poor kid, born into nothing. Who's got something to prove? Like you.
I've seen stuff.
The whole world, they treat us like we don't matter.
I'm on your side. There's some you in there, calling the shots.
You think you know what's best for me? You think you know what I need? My little helper? We had a deal. We look out for each other.
Just gonna have to trust me.
Was it worth it? What you did to me?
You know what? I don't regret what I got.
Playing with our family comes at a cost.
All those years, he was watching. He knows this game better than you.
There's a storm coming. You got fight in you, Vic.
I'm ready.
They're taking back Gotham! They're gonna tell stories about us one day. Our names are gonna live forever.
Chip yeah, gabagoo.
Gabagoo.
Gabagoo. I tell you, I went to Italy this year and not one person said gabagool to me, and I was disappointed.
You didn't get any gabagoo?
I didn't get any gabagool.
No gabba gabagoo.
Now, was it just me, or did they change his name to Oswald Cobb instead of Cobblepot?
Very much so.
They kept a purple. They kept a purple car.
Yes,
they show that he's got a bit of spice, a bit of flavor.
I think they probably looked at it and went, there is no way on hell that in this particular universe we can have a character called Cobblepot.
Who is Italian American. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get where they're coming from with it, but at the same time, you're adapting from comic books, so fuck it. Why not adapt from comic books?
And also, he doesn't have to be Italian American.
No.
He just works for them. He doesn't have to be. Anyway. Wait, okay, show of hands. Who saw the Batman movie?
Which what?
The Batman.
The Pattinson one.
Oh, Pattinson. Yeah, I saw Pattinson.
Yeah. Okay, so you've all done, like, you understand this is the the new dark and gritty Batman universe.
Extra dark, extra gritty.
The dark and gritty Batman universe. Like, I'm sorry, like Batman universe has been dark and gritty for a while.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy Bat and Pat.
Yeah, don't forget that we also had, Joel Silver Batman stuff for
Schumacher.
you. Schumacher? I thought it was Silver.
Nope. Joel Schumacher was the one that did all of the happy, exciting Batman stuff.
The nipple suit Batman.
Yeah. The Bat Amex.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
With bat ice skates and
Schwarzenegger, Mr. Freeze. So, let's be honest.
What killed the dinosaurs? The
Ice
Age.
Freeze is on Gotham.
And to be honest, I still think that the greatest penguin committed to screen was the Danny DeVito penguin.
100%.
But I am enjoying this. It's only been one episode, and that's okay because I like the penguin in the Batman. And I'm liking this one because it's starting to explore it a bit more, and I'm getting a bit more understanding. And it's long, but it's also, it's kind of a crime drama. And they haven't shied away from it because I watched it and I was like, oh, this is actually like dark, a bit darker than the Batman, like as in what they do.
Now with extra grit.
I love it that years and years ago, I wrote a comedy article for the podcast website we were doing back then that was all about the future of DC is dark, because they literally just announced The Dark Knight was coming out. And then they were talking about the new Superman film that was going to be extra dark and gritty. And we were saying that, the new Green Lantern film was going to be called In Brightest Day and In Darkest Night. And it was a joke, but then from that point onwards, they just went fucking darker and grittier every time they rebooted this shit. And to the point where I rewatched part of the Batman on the weekend because I realized that whilst I'd watched that in the middle of the pandemic and have almost no memory of it whatsoever, and watched it and was like, fuck, it's dark and gritty, isn't it?
Quinny, he killed a guy with a carpet tool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sometimes the comics also got dark and gritty.
They did. Absolutely.
Did they?
And, Sophia Falcone's character was invented by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale, and she first appeared in The Long Halloween, which is a very dark and gritty comic, and it's one of my favorites. So
is that the
I'm
first
excited
time that
to
Sophia
see her.
actually shows up?
Yes, I'm excited to see her in this series. She's the daughter of Carmine Falcone and was positioned to take over his crime family when he was murdered. It's a great comic book. If anybody hasn't read it, I always recommend that one pretty much first to people.
See, the thing I find interesting about her is that they've given her a really great positioning in the story world of she was somebody that was so fucking dangerous that the family themselves put her away. Like, this is somebody whose mental illness was so much that they were like, actually, no, she's not even good for business for the crime family. She has to go to Arkham Asylum because she's mentally unwell.
I'm looking forward to exploring this story because that wasn't from the comic book. So
right.
I like that they're doing something a little bit different.
Yeah.
I did get a bit thrown at the first episode of The Penguin because I didn't understand, because it was talking about Carmine Falcone, and they did they did a bit of a recast real quickly, and I was like, wait a second, it was John Turturro. Now it's Mark
Yes.
Strong. And sure, they're both bald, but come on.
I have a feeling that they'll probably only be using Mark Strong for some flashbacks, so maybe it's like meant to be a younger Carmine, even though they're the same age.
No, pretty much established in that first episode of like, this is Carmine Falcone. I'm like, no, that's Mark Strong.
Yeah.
What are they trying to do here?
Yeah. And in the film, we didn't actually see Sal Maroni, did we?
I don't remember.
I don't think
because this is what I was watching the film for, because I'm like, hang on, Sal Maroni, like, so in Gotham there's basically three
There's
big
two
known
crime
gangsters.
Well, yeah, there's the two Italian crime families, the Maronis and the Falcones.
And then you've got Rupert
And then you've
Thorne,
got
who kind of comes into the side.
The other Bizarros.
Yeah. And yeah, like, so I was thinking, hang on, we hadn't seen Maroni, so I was sort of watching the film to see whether or not, and I'm excited because it's the Kurgan. It's fucking Clancy Brown, and I just love that guy, and I will watch him in fucking anything. But I did think, hang on, I don't remember him from the film, and I'm pretty sure he wasn't in the film because his character was sort of taken out before that story had begun. I enjoy it.
I liked it.
I'm not a huge gangster fan. Like, you know, gangster stories I could generally take or leave. But I guess because this one I know is kind of comic book adjacent, so I'm kind of a bit more into it.
Do you feel like they have an opportunity here to introduce more stuff in Arkham based on the fact that Kristen Milotti's character, Sophia, went there and we could see a bit of that? Because, you know, there was that deleted scene from The Batman, which has some laughing man in it.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
You have opinion.
I think this series could be really great if it just explored organized crime in Gotham and we don't go anywhere near supervillains. Because the Penguin is like lower tier supervillain. He's not a weirdo with like powers or he had a bizarre origin story or anything like that. He's just a businessman that's in crime. And I think if they just stick to that, and it's like, this is just a peripheral story in a Gotham universe, doesn't have to be superhero related, I think it can be very successful. But once you start going in, oh, this week's special guest is like, oh, we've got a doctor here and her name's Pamela Isley and she's doing experiments with botany. And it's like, can we just fucking cut the shit and stop doing that garbage? And let's just have like a serious story that happens to be set in this universe.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly, like they did that with Gotham, you know, where
yes,
it was.
We've been there and done that.
Yeah, and this is one of the dangers with all Batman stories is that they do tend to, like, because Batman has such a great rogues gallery, people want to start tapping on it and going,
But
hey.
this show is called The Penguin. So can we just stick with him and see where we get to seeing him as that crime lord, the Penguin?
Yeah.
Because it's obviously about his rise to that.
Yeah. And then you need an umbrella and a long cigarette, and then the long cigarette holder and spats.
And a top hat and a monocle.
Yeah. And occasionally he has to go, nah, 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 nah.
Yeah, and he drops the Italian accent.
That's wearing top hats for no good reason.
Exactly. What's wrong with that?
I did like that somebody pointed out the Penguin managed to get a Robin before Batman did. So one of the things that I find interesting, and I really like what they're trying to do, where they're actually exploring his motivations for why he's doing what he's doing. And I am loving the fact that we're getting a bit of yes, the giant duck car. He needs to drive around in giant duck.
Yes.
But I love that, you know, one of his motivations is clearly that he actually wants to be liked. You know, he wants to be respected and looked up to, not necessarily just feared or, you know, powerful. And as such, he's, you know, willing to give people a chance, and he's willing to, you know, try and do things in a slightly different way. And yeah, I really liked that there was more to the character than just, yeah, moustache twirling or, yeah.
I like it because he's a psychopath, and it's just portraying him as a different kind of psychopath. Like, you know, he's there. He obviously has stuff that's really wrong with him. He has a different idea about what's going on, and I like that he's dangerous enough that you don't know what he's going to do, whether or not he's going to hug someone or shoot someone. It's just up to what he feels like, and things that he finds comforting, slightly disturbing, but also mildly comforting. And I like that there's this, you know, mentor relationship that he's got with that thug who is literally just someone who was trying to steal his car rims, and he's just abducted them and now adopted them. Like, it's kind of like a forced adoption. So that's kind of funny in that way, you know. Whereas obviously he works in like an industry full of sociopaths working for a crime family, and he's just doing the same kind of weird stuff. But it seems nice to us, the viewer. You're watching, you're like, oh, he's being nice to this person. He fucking abducted that kid.
Yeah.
And was like a hair's breadth away from shooting him.
And also saying, you know too much now, so I can't let you live, so you have to work for me.
Yeah. Hey, look at that sunset over there.
Oh, Jesus, that moment, I was like, oh, no.
But like, the great thing is we knew that was going to happen, and even the character knew what was going to happen. He's like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Because you're going to shoot me.
Yeah. But I also like that, because that then leads just a little bit towards the kind of comic booky thing that we always know that supervillains have henchmen. How do they get their henchmen? Turns out it's because the henchmen try to steal their car.
Yes, I've gone down that road before.
I mean, that's how Batman got his third Robin.
Yeah.
He was trying to steal the rims off the Batmobile.
Yeah, true.
But how did
We're going to need another Timmy.
But how did he get his fourth Robin?
Hang on, which one's the fourth?
Brown chicken.
Oh, that's fourth Robin.
So I've got to say, as somebody who likes Colin Farrell and Kristen Milioti, and liked Bat and Pat, but dislikes gritty crime dramas and superhero origin stories, is there enough here for me, or do I need to prioritize other things?
I think give the first one a go, because Colin Farrell is very good.
Yeah.
And Kristen Milioti is very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's maybe do it just to appreciate the performances.
It's not so much crime drama as it is mob drama.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like gang warfare drama.
But is it like, are we empathizing with the Penguin? Like, is he like
no, not particularly
protagonist, or like
he's the protagonist, but I wouldn't say there's much empathy there, because like the first episode is like you're watching him being very creative with the lies that he tells and the manipulation that he casts among the people that he works for. So it's like, oh, you are really setting yourself up for some drama here if this all goes to shit, brother. So I wouldn't really say you're kind of rooting for him at all.
Are you rooting for anyone? Like, who are we kind of getting on board with?
I mean, I think the kid that he kind of manhandles into working for him is not bad. The mother is interesting because it's like, okay, well, how does she fit into raising this man? And then you kind of just got like the intrigue with the crime families and what's happening there.
Yeah. Look, honestly, I think it's one of those shows where you're watching it because you you want him to succeed, but at the same time, you know that that's a bad thing. So it's a bit, Breaking Baddy and sort of thing, in that you're watching watching the descent of someone is as interesting as watching them try and do good or try and be better. Like I was very pleasantly surprised by how well made it is, how much it feels like it's part of that universe, but also, if nothing else, the fucking makeup on it is insane. Like the makeup on him, and like there's sequences in it where he is basically naked and it's full body makeup. It is really well done.
I mean, that was established by Colin saying, "Oh yeah, I had a prosthetic pecker."
Oh, I missed that bit.
His whole body was prosthetic.
Yeah. He's like, he knows what it's like to have the penguins. Anyway, you can read the article yourself. It's too crass for this podcast.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, we're so highbrow.
But yeah, look, I'd say give that first episode. It's 67 minutes, but as you said in the chat, Jill, you think probably that's just the pilot length?
Yeah, I think it was just a premiere length or something like that.
Yeah, cool. But yeah, I'd say it's well worth a watch. And also, like, at the moment, the internet's going out shit for it and saying, hey, we think it's great. So
yeah. And also, look, I don't think it would work unless it had someone like Colin Farrell kind of helming it and being that main through line that you've got. Although I have to say the rest of the cast is actually stepping up to that, because I'm really enjoying watching everyone else bounce off Colin. So, look forward to it. I want to see the rest of it. And, if you get a bit of RPAD in there, just a smattering, just smatter in. Just roll in there a little bit, just to see.
There was a line in that first one that I did think interesting, because they've talked that they're getting ready to start shooting the second Batman film soon, and lots of rumors around it being a wintry story, like a cold, frozen kind of thing. And I did hear one of the characters say that the chemist who was working on the new updated drug is a Dr. Fries or Fries, and I was like, see. This is the thing. Is that just fan wank? Probably. Am I okay with it? Yes.
Also, there was a rumor that it was going to be Court of Owls in.
Jill's like, fuck the Court of Owls. Oh.
Not my favorite storyline.
That could go a particular way.
New 52. Oh.
It had that cool thing where you had to turn the comic around to read it. But
all I'm going to say, though, is if they do get Clayface in this at any point, if it's not voiced by Alan Tudyk, get out.
I'm an actor.
I'm an actor. Which reminds me to go back and watch more of Harley Quinn.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Well, I think we've covered the things that we needed to cover. Thank you for everybody sticking with us and till the end. Or
about those technical difficulties.
Yeah.
We got
what the hell's happening with that?
And then we don't know what we're doing next month because it's a new month.
Yep.
It's spooky season. But also send us messages, put in suggestions. What do you want in spooky season? What should we be reviewing? I got to put it out there that I watched The First Omen on a long flight, not expecting much, and went, that's better than I thought. But I might have been insensible with jet lag. Who knows? Could have been up for 24 hours. I don't know.
I saw a teaser trailer for the 3rd season of Interview with the Vampire, where they are doing the Vampire Lestat, and they are going full, he's in a boy band. Our favorite fan fiction version of Lestat is getting his TV debut, and
I have to admit that. Thank you for the reminder there, Jill. I was worded up by our mutual friend Tom Taylor about getting on. Make sure you're on board with the Interview with the Vampire. So maybe that's something.
Yes, I got to watch season 2. Be doing that soon.
I'm keen to just check that out because our good buddy John DiMaggio was in the 1st season.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. But yeah, I find it weird because here in Australia, the network that picked it up was ABC, and it was really weird seeing a really high production value brand new TV show airing at like 6 o'clock on a Saturday night on ABC. Something about it just was weird.
Was it SBS?
Because it's on the AMC app in Amazon Prime.
Yeah, but here in Australia, I think it was either SBS. I'm pretty sure it was ABC.
It was the SBS. I think it was the SBS, as you find, with the intelligentsia that I hang out with when we watch television shows. It's on SBS. But no. Yeah. Like, look, we can get there.
Correct.
No.
It's ABC.
It was ABC. Absolutely.
I shall get back in my box.
Yes.
Well, do they have season 2 yet? Because I don't want
they
to pay
do.
for another
It's
app
on
in
iView.
Amazon. Oh, beautiful.
It's
All right.
on
I can
iView.
stream it for free.
Yeah.
Quick
Another
Google
suggestion
it
is,
solved that argument.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice-
I was Googling it as we spoke.
Beetlejuice. That's a good one for spooky season. We should get onto Beetlejuice.
I feel like that's just a thing we should definitely do.
And some Vox Machina. Yes. Okay. Yes. You
Yeah.
told. That's not really spooky though.
Oh, this
Machina.
season is. There's so much spook.
Do
Too
you have
much
to do
spook.
all spooky for October? I mean, I'm not saying no, but maybe mix it up. Oh, I want to watch Wolves, the
Oh yeah.
the George Clooney and Brad Pitt movie that's coming onto Apple TV.
I saw the trailer for that and I was like, so essentially it's Mr. Wolf from Pulp Fiction.
It's just a long Nespresso ad.
So where can you watch it?
I don't know.
On Apple TV Plus.
Oh right, okay.
Thank you. Yes. Werewolves. Apple TV.
Yes.
Right.
Fuck. Sorry, we're werewolves, not swearwolves. My bad. Yeah, that does look like a lot of fun, Joe. I'm down for it.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. We'll find something. We'll write a schedule. I like these options.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything else that we've got for coming up? No.
Oh look, we do have some tickets to go and see Joker 2.
Ew.
Electric Boogaloo.
Put him in the bin.
Yeah.
In the bin.
I'm mildly curious.
Yeah. I am and I'm not, because I've also heard that it's like a massive wank and like really hasn't landed at all well with anybody.
You had me at, we decided to rewrite the script during filming. And sometimes I love a train wreck. I just want to, all aboard. Woo. Yeah.
Right. Well, yes, no, Casper has not heard a good review yet. And who knows, maybe he'll continue not hearing good reviews.
Yeah, maybe we'll give you a good dish. No. We'll see.
Is there anything you're excited
for?
for?
The first one, so I shall not be watching the second one.
Oh, you're not down for some Joker?
I mean, that musical
I'm not touching that stuff.
trailer kind of got me a bit interested, but still no. Hard no for that.
Oh, next month is also Venom: The Last Dance. So we're gonna round out.
Magic Mike: The Last Dance and Venom: The Last Dance. Can't wait.
It's a twofer. Yeah, we should do the Last Dance movies. Magic.
Just all movies that were subtitled The Last Dance have to be watched at once.
That's a special, if ever there was one.
Yeah.
Oh, I keep forgetting that Venom's a thing that's still going to keep happening. Pretty has suggested The Wild Robot, which has been getting amazing reviews. And everybody says that it's incredibly wholesome and one of the best films of the year.
Nice.
And I haven't watched it yet because the only robots I've watched were Transformers. So, sorry.
Again, yeah, and you should go watch Transformers because it's fun.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, and I loved having you back here tonight. It was nice having some different faces on the show last week, but it's like coming home again, and I've missed you all very, very much.
Oh,
yes.
Even though I had nothing constructive to add.
But your face was here, and that's always constructive.
And you were reacting to all of us trying to convince you to watch these shows that it's like you're never going to watch.
I'm going to watch them. I'm going to have time at some point. I've changed my order. I think I'll go Agatha, then Penguin, then Rings of Power in my tasting order. Yeah.
Good plan.
There you go. You changed my mind. Well done.
Yay.
Yay.
Oh, one last thing I just want to ask, did we all watch the Thunderbolts trailer?
Yes.
Is it giving Suicide Squad? Yes.
Yes.
Is it giving 6 fingers on his right hand? That was a real thing. I know. I thought it was a fake thing, and I went and looked it up and go, oh my God. That is 6.
Oh my God, like when AI learns how many fingers humans have,
we're all fucked.
And just so that in case the AI bot is listening, we have 17. 17 fingers is the total number of real human fingers on everyone's face.
I'm just thinking, like, the amount of writing that would have been involved to have that prompt generate that image.
Yeah.
You could have just comped something together.
Yeah.
Theory is that maybe it was an extension to one of the images as
I
opposed
think,
to
yeah.
the entire thing being generative.
I don't think AI art is not that good yet that it could do a poster that well. I think you're right. I'm pretty sure somebody was like, okay, fill this space in with, a version of this. And
so they use generative fill or something.
Okay. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Great.
It's still not using real human touch.
Yeah. Tari, I think, said keeping the substance. Who mentioned that? Oh, Predacanga. The substance looks great. Many people saying really good body horror story with Demi Moore absolutely kicking ass in it. Very David Cronenberg, very body horror, very unattainable beauty standards for women, but as a body horror.
You mean real life?
Yeah, exactly. So apparently, very, very good.
It's like Get becomes a sequel right there.
Yeah. Look, we'll be in touch very shortly to tell you what we're going to do for October. But for now, we got through this.
Yeah, we did. And I promise I'll have the setup back for next month. So,
I'm down for it.
Yeah, sure. You've done all the hard work lifting in the last few weeks there, Q. Some online-y stuff. I better pull my finger out and...
Well, either that or StreamYard has just decided that they don't love us anymore.
Anecdotal conversation later. Anyway, Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you, Jill. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Queenie. Thank you, everyone in the chat.
Thanks,
Thank you, chat.
We're going to just end this really...
Yeah, there's not going to be any music or anything like that. It's just that. It's just it. It's done.
Thanks
everybody.
I was going to give some time back now in this